Welcome to this rapid-fire explainer. We're diving headfirst into the incredibly bloody, high-stakes power dynamics of Calico City's catnip cartels. If you've been following the explosive turf wars tearing this city apart, you already know the landscape is completely fractured right now. Let's get right into it. And here is the cold, hard truth of these streets. In the Calico City underworld, loyalty? It's a total illusion. The word family is literally just a fancy marketing term for leverage. If you actually want to survive out here, you have to understand that every single handshake is just a brutal calculation of power. Section 1. The Kings of Calico City and the Whiskers 5 Syndicate. Let's rapidly break down the old guard, starting with Bartholomew Fatface Whiskerl, the undisputed head of the Whisker family. Operating straight out of the Gatsby Club, this guy held a total, suffocating monopoly on high-grade smuggling. He didn't just run the city, he absolutely owned it. Next up is his second-in-command, Blackface. Known on the streets as the Claw of the City. He was the shadow dealer, the guy enforcing absolute order with a completely ruthless, paws-on approach, and pure lethal efficiency. Then we have the Architect, White Boy Kitty. He was the shadowy intelligence brain behind the entire operation. Picture flawless pinstripe suits, custom gold pistols, and a guy who orchestrated incredibly high-risk scenarios entirely from the shadows. For him, silence was absolutely golden. And you definitely cannot forget KC, the Ginger Gunner. He went from being a street stray to this cold-eyed strategist. He became the indispensable logistics liaison, perfectly managing all their high-value heists and underground rings. Rounding out the top brass is JoJo, the Velvet Paw. She is this incredibly dangerous mix of beauty and pure lethality, completely unparalleled when it comes to psychological subterfuge and pulling off high-stakes operations. Together, operating out of major fronts like the Pussycat Lounge, they were the Whiskers 5. They pushed 100% uncut raw milk. They aggressively controlled their territory, and they completely owned the concept of fear. They honestly thought they were untouchable. Section 2. The Coup and the Rise of Scratch. Because the absolute power of the Whiskers 5 was about to be completely shattered by a hungry stray right out of the gutters. Scratch enters the picture. The old guard? They thought he was a nobody, someone they could just completely underestimate. But Scratch possessed this raw, ruthless survival instinct and an ambition that entirely blinded the titans at the top. He didn't just slowly take over a corner. His ascent from absolute zero was lightning fast, from deciding to eat instead of being eaten, to taking the ledger, the money, and ultimately the throne itself. He systematically dismantled a decades-old empire to launch the legitimate Scratch Enterprises. And this is the real game changer right here, this dramatic ideological shift. The Whiskers 5 ruled through alley skirmishes and fear, but Scratch, he realized true power is baked right into the system. He didn't just want the streets, he bought the cops and the mayors. He literally sells legitimacy. It is all about the future. He completely dismantled the untouchable foundation of the Whiskers 5, proving that even titans can bleed. He made it perfectly clear, the master strategist Fatface is sick. The ruthless enforcer Blackface is broken. Scratch is the definitive future of Calico City. Section 3, The Traitor Within and the Cliffhanger. But just as Scratch secures his bloody crown, brutal reality catches up to him. The paranoia sets in almost immediately, because empires built on trust are built on lies. His newly bought empire has an incredibly fragile foundation. The old guard was actually right about one thing. You can buy the cops, but true loyalty is a total myth. He realizes way too late that sitting on the throne only means every single gun in the city is pointed directly at his back. Power doesn't protect you, it just makes you the biggest target. All that bought legitimacy means absolutely nothing when the threat is coming from inside your own walls. And then the revelation hits him like a freight train. There is a traitor in his house. The ultimate threat isn't the remnants of the old guard. It's a snake in his own grass. Someone he trusted, someone who stood right by him, is now quietly positioning the knife because they want everything he built. A new boss, a new family. The Calico crew sends its regards. The coup might be complete, and Scratch might wear the crown, but the betrayer is already circling the bloody waters. So here is the million-dollar question. Who is the traitor in Scratch's house? Who is secretly pulling the strings and positioning themselves for the next massive takeover? The war for Calico City didn't end with Scratch's rise. It has literally only just begun. We are going to unpack exactly who this snake might be in episode 2. Keep your eyes sharp, and I'll see you in the next explainer.